Thank you very much, Evans, and good evening to your viewers. So, if you ask me, I see the DDEP was a condition precedent to IMF coming into Ghana. So that was the main objective. I'm sure the government itself wouldn't have liked to do that. But when the government accepted to place a call to IMF, they need to fulfill certain requirements. And one of them was to ensure that we have this domestic debt exchange program. So on that front, we've seen that, yes, indeed, it was done, and it has paved way for Ghana to receive the first tranche, which is the $600 million that came in. Then the second front for me that I've noticed is it caused a reduction in interest payment. So this is also very significant, as Dr. Teo mentioned. It reduced some cash flow burdens on the government. Then the third objective that I think government have benefited from this is also having the maturity period change from the data you presented. Most of the instruments that were existing were going to be matured in 3.8 months, in 3 years and 8 months. And now it has been restructured to about 8 years.
Yeah.
So government will have that room. So from that angle to government, they have been able to achieve that. The flip side is that it has worsened situation for investors, especially domestic investors, because they have to give in to lose expected interest or income, and then they may have to also change their lifestyle. And this has not ended. A lot of investors are still weeping because of this particular issue. So, as far as government have had the benefit to get IMF to come in, the flip side is that investors are not very happy, and this has probably weakened the confidence in the financial sector. If you look at the banks themselves, the financial industry, most of them were not prepared, but their board, they were not, in terms of their financial planning or budgets, it came as a shock to them because it happened, the call came around December, and they had to negotiate with the government to move it to the first quarter of 2022. So these issues became very, very challenging for the financial industry. We've noticed it is not only the central bank that brought in provision for losses, but we realized that a lot of the financial institutions also had to make in the provision and recognize their losses per the IFRS standard. So just to end it, yes, government probably have achieved their aim, getting IMF to come in, but it has brought in a lot of problems for investors in Ghana. I'm just only looking at from the domestic debt exchange. External investors are having a discussion, and they are also going to have their own way of dealing with the issue.